Hello everyone, Modern here. We're going to the review, kind of the aftermath part. I took it out here, I kind of a little bit so I can get a little more consistent. But this is basically kind of my raw, the after experience really. I think it's like a review, but also wow, this episode. So I put it like a review and also kind of like use the aftermath of seeing that shock, depression. It's amazing episode. So anyway, this video then starts from a little bit of my the end of the reaction of the video. Check it out, you will see the actual reactions there, and then it goes into kind of my aftermath of emotions and so on. An amazing episode. Hope you guys like it. I just put it in here afterwards. Yeah, I'm still whatever. See the aftermath. Oh guys, I find I'm dead now probably. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be like mob 200 now. Yeah, that was freaking out of nowhere. Like, I'm in shock now. I'll probably start crying soon. Like, right now I'm in shock. Like, I just feel like... It's almost like I can't breathe, almost like I can't speak. Oh my fucking god. It's like... Yeah, I feel it's coming now. I mean, it's like... It's one of those classic shock moments where you're just like, oh my god, what just happened? Holy shit. I just feel like, what the fuck? No, I don't feel hyped about this. I feel more like, oh my god. His family has got killed. It's more like this is insanely shocking what I feel. I don't feel it's hyping at all. I feel it's just incredibly sad. I don't know why you guys think it should be hyping. I think this is incredibly sad. I don't feel like I don't care that much about seeing mob going crazy or like or seeing mob. That was insane. That was freaking insane. Every freaking episode of Mob Psycho, right? I mean, every freaking episode of Mob Psycho has like a really twist ending, right? They always have like a crazy ending, and this one is obviously by far the most insane ending. Obviously by far the most. Oh my god. I mean, it comes from nowhere to it. It comes freaking nowhere to it. Like it's it comes from nowhere to because I mean oh my god, this is why Mob Psycho is an amazing show too, because you expect it to be like, you know, like the structure of the episode is like, okay, Mob is fighting here, he's like trying to get a girl. My god, yeah, like Mob is trying to get a girl, right? And it's about, you know, it's like a love romance episode, right? And then suddenly it's like the story of the, you know, people getting burned alive. I guess Rich is dead. At least given that I think his brother died too, right? Given like how we saw his brother in the flashback there, and his parents. I mean, it could be a crazy ruse and it's someone else's bodies, but that makes no sense. I think one would do that. Oh my fucking! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh. That's a painful episode. That is like I'm lost of words. Last week was like last week was like this super, you know, like last week was this happy ending, happy tear episode where it's like, you know, oh, Reagan and Mob are best friends, and you know, it's like yay, yeah. And now it's like his parents got burned alive, and his brother too, I guess. Oh my god. Like it took like an insane turn. I mean, Mob has always been dark, right? Like Mob has always been dark. Like the, but they would sense some parts though. I mean, I guess right in it was like in this bully world where he kind of killed the cat and so on. That wasn't shown in the anime, right? So it kind of goes like that. But this is still like an insane, like an absurdly insane jump from where I think it was gonna be, right? Wow. And it's also like it is set up so well too. It is set up so amazingly well in Mob Psycho, because if I try to reason it, why it feels powerful to it, because I mean, I watching the anime and I think like, she likes Mob and Reagan's kind of like, they probably like him. So you sit to think like, oh, it's gonna be a love story, right? It's freaking one. I mean, that's a big thing. I feel that's a massive thing, because you really, at least this I do. I mean, I view that thing, right, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like a love story. It's gonna be some kind of he's fighting, she sees him fighting and struggling, and then you think it's gonna be some kind of like happy ending, how she's gonna like probably ask him out anyway and so on, and then suddenly it's like, no, his parents are dead and brother's dead, his family is dead instead. Oh my god. I will agree though that is like a commentary. I will agree there's a possibility they're fake though. That is a possibility. I wouldn't pass by that, but I don't think so. Well, actually, one thing I would say though, that favors that, and also I'm hoping for that, right? Because you hope the Mob doesn't penciling that. So one thing I would say the way it favors that his parents would be alive, or actually more his brother would be alive, is that his brother has powers. So why would he kill his brother? Because he has like great potential to kidnap him last season. So I feel like if anything, I would have the hope that they are fakes. Because why would he kill his brother? I think that's probably the biggest thing I would say again there, because he has like a reason to keep him alive, right? So I think that could be like a thing. That could be a thing, but it's man, it's absurdly emotional though, and I feel like those one of those things is just shocking. It's just amazingly shocking. And I really said after, people were like, why you should be more hyped about this? It's gonna go 100. I'm like, I don't care about him 100. I feel like I'm sad that Mob parents died. It's like, it's more that his parents freaking died, and he walks in and he sees his dead family. That it's more like that, for God's sake. It's more like his, yeah. Like I feel more emotional. I feel more, emotionally connected to Mob. I feel his pain. You walk in there, and you're freaking like sad. You're shocked. I don't feel hyped for a second. Honestly, I don't feel hyped that he's gonna go and fight someone. I feel it's like I said last week. I mean, did I like the battle of episode 5? Yeah, the battle was amazing. But did I like last episode more? Yeah, last was way better than the fight episode, because that moment with Reagan and Mob was a really emotional moment. I think that was superbly better than the fight, in my opinion. The fight was amazing as a fight, but I think the emotional part of the of the mobile Reagan relationship and the character development was amazing. And episode 1 with that like fake girlfriend also was amazing. So I think that was for me my favorite moment so far. So it's not that I don't get hype for incoming battles, but god damn it, he's way more than I feel like. Okay, his parent got killed, and I'm thinking way more from the narrative standpoint, from the emotional standpoint, right? And shocking and so on. God damn it! I thought it was gonna be another like happy episode, Mop getting a girlfriend or something. And we also had another storyline with the other girl, and every name is blanking. I'm blanking everything now, but the other girl that is trying to get him into like becoming the cult leader. We also had that storyline going too, right? And they were like, oh, he's late or something, and they were trying to get him to get to the goal and see that stuff. So we also had that thing, and that's also like a red herring, a ruse for the actual, like, like, okay, they'll kill his parents. So yeah, like, it's extremely well written, because it really is not showing what you think it's gonna be, right? Like, it's not showing what you think it's gonna be. Like, it's not coming to that, like, the actual, like nothing of the episode builds up the last 4 or 5 minutes, right? Like, nothing at all for a second. And it's amazing, brilliant. Usually you'd be like, it doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense because, of course, he's a bad guy from last season, so it's a universal narration. It makes sense, right? But for like an episode itself, it's even more shocking because there has been nothing of that in the episode, and suddenly he's there and he just kills them. Oh, Jesus Christ! And I feel too, it's just like. It's one of those classic depression accepting things too, where you're so angry and shocked, and then you get sad, and then you get, you go through the steps of like acceptance, and then eventually you get to acceptance. It's kind of like that state too, where you like, and then after a few minutes you're kind of crying, and then you get, because it's so shocking. Where other animes is kind of like, oh, this is kind of sad, and you kind of cry, but this is like, no, this is just like freaking absurdly shocking. Freaking motherfucker! Every episode, it's I don't know what to have with anime. Every episode, it's, oh my god. Yeah. I feel this is one of those things too when I feel this is especially one of the animes where you're gonna like, I feel shocked now, extremely sad and shocked, right? And then I feel this is definitely one of the animes where you rewatch it, and I feel lots of worse too now because I'm shocked still here. But I feel like when you rewatch this anime, you are definitely gonna be extremely sad. Right? I feel this is definitely one of the animes where you like binge watch it later, right? Like half a year from now, you sit there one day like, I want to rewatch Mob Psycho, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, here comes this scene. Like it's even worse when you know it's coming, I feel, or like the shock value is higher the first time, and the second rewatch you get the sadness more, because then your shock value has already been consumed the first time, right? So the second time is way more like, oh my god, this is it, yeah. So this is one of those scenes that each time you rewatch it, you're probably gonna cry so much, I feel, every time you see it again. Like, for example, like last year, if you haven't seen it, but I won't spoil too much here, but last year, right, like Place for the Universe, one of my favorite anime last year, right, I think it was second best anime last year, in my opinion, more or less, yeah, like, or the best anime. Like, the ending of that anime, like, that was insanely sad. And then, but each time I rewatch it, I cry even more, because like I know how absurdly sad that anime ended. And like every time I rewatch it, I watched like 5 times actually over last year. And each time I see it, it's like more sad. So I cry like more every time. It's like freaking like you know what's gonna happen, makes it worse, and you remember all the emotions and so on. And this feels This feels very similar. Like it's freaking amazing, and then next time and it's just gonna get worse and worse. Yeah. It's a very fundamental story part though. Very fundamental story part though. I mean, like the burning of the. Wait, are you serious now? Is it a spin-off manga to Shield Hero? Oh, with Spear Hero? I don't want to talk about that, but goddamn it, how much I hate Spear Hero. That'll be the worst spin-off ever. Very unrelated to this anime, but I hope you're trolling me. And there is like a Spear Hero. Are you serious? Like, this almost sadder than Mob's parents getting burned alive. There is a spin-off of Spear Hero. The worst person in Shield Hero. He has his own manga. Like I want to kill someone over that. Like that is like worse than seeing both person. I was kidding him, but a little bit. Oh my god, how much I hate Spear Hero. It's the worst person ever. Spear Hero and Moonlight. They are the worst two people in this anime. It's all, I mean, this season of anime. Those are the worst two people. They're worse than this guy that killed Maul's parents. Like, they're worse than him. Oh, whatever. I should talk about Spear Hero too much, but yeah, this anime, it's breathtakingly good. It's such a one thing though. Yeah, it feels like such a one thing. Like he's always done whatever he wants, right? This is the guy who does whatever he wants. Oh my god, Spear. Like I feel the chat, everyone's like a spear guy. Yeah, Spear. You can't buy a Spear Hero manga. That's like supporting ISIS something. That's like supporting the worst people ever. That's like, oh my god. You chat, come on. Focus on Mob Psycho. Not mention that horrible Spear Hero. Oh god, I hate him so much. Yeah, if you want to subscribe and see my horrible Resident Dead anime, god, that's a blood boiling anime. Oh, what was I saying? Focus, Mob Psycho. One does whatever he wants, yeah. It really feels how Mob Psycho is the... I mean, anime and manga generally, of course, it's not very PC, but one is like, he's just the old guy, you know, doing whatever he wants on the side. Yeah. I mean, the whole Mob Psycho is crazy. I mean, yeah, it's like, he does whatever, he's like, this got killed. Yeah, it's like, it's really... It's weird too, like what even genre is freaking Mob Psycho? I guess it's sane and it's freaking horrible. And it's such out of the blue too. I mean, I've been waiting for a few episodes for that guy to appear, given the opening, given that like last season clearly had some battle with the Espers. So I've been waiting for that, like the bad guys to return, right? To be like, let's fight together. I've been waiting for that, but I didn't see them entering and like murdering his family. Oh, that's good. But just it's just crazy written there how he yeah, but that's how I feel too. That's how I feel too. That also was there. But that's the whole like I mean I do a lot of psychology. I work with a lot of psychology. Right? I work with human behavior, so that's what you call the okay, I will try to sound telling it now because I can barely speak freaking anime. But okay, so you have different type of empathy, right? And one empathy, which is really high, is the cognitive empathy, where you can understand. And if you have really high cognitive empathy, you can really set yourself in other people's shoes, to speak, right? And you can kind of even feel their emotions. And actually, research shows that some people have it easier, like setting themselves in fictional characters. Because you follow their stories, you get the backstory and so on, right? You get their life, and it's actually easier to like feel their emotions than like real people that you might know and so on, right? Because you don't actually know people in the same way. You might actually feel more connected to fictional characters, probably because they do have like their you know their life and so on, right? And then you can feel their emotions to some degree, and that's how I feel too, right? I mean, so I was kind of have internally rage chat a little bit there when someone was like, you have to be more hype about this thing, the battle is coming, and I'm like, battle? The only thing I'm feeling is like, it's like for me, it's like I am walking in there and I see my own parents getting killed. That's how I feel. I don't feel like, oh, I gotta get a battle now. I feel like my parents just died. That's how I felt when he entered that door, right? So I feel maximum shock value. And like, I don't feel like, you know, oh yeah, it's gonna be like a cool battle this episode. It's gonna be like mob 200% power up. I feel more like my parents just died and my brother just died. That's what I'm feeling when the door opened there. So I think I'm much more trying to, when I am watching the anime, I feel more like I'm in, you know, like I am mobilized. That's how I watch anime. That's why I like doing reaction, because I feel like I am that character. And that's why I usually cry a lot in some anime. Because like I get into that whole like, oh my god, this is sad. Because I feel I am that character. Like for example, like a completely off-topic example here. But when I watched episode 4 of My Academia, this was way before I had the YouTube channel and so on, I started crying. Like sitting and watching it. But I was like, he has no points and he's still doing it. Like I could feel that Deku's pain of be like, he's still saving the girl even though he has 0 points. And I was like, oh, I would do the same, Deku. Yeah, like I felt like I was him. I could feel his depression. I could feel it's like the pressure on him, right? So I really get into it. I would say so. Trying to feel as much as the character is feeling, right? So when the mob sees his parents there, I just felt like I felt the pain, I felt the shock value. I didn't feel that there was actually hype in that sense. Sorry if someone dislikes that, but I felt it wasn't like, for me it wasn't hyping up like, yeah, it's gonna be a battle. For me it's more like, well, my parents died. That's how I felt. And then you get the freaking, the shock thing, and especially I think Mob or One Lost is so horribly good because he's setting up this like love story, right? As I mentioned earlier, he's setting up like, okay, they're gonna like, the girl is probably gonna ask him out. That's what you feel, right? And then suddenly, oh, he's pregnant, like from nowhere. So it's like even more shocking because it is such out of the blue crime there. So he makes it even better in that sense, right? He makes it even better in that sense. Well, in a lot of sense. Wow. What an episode. Really crazy. Really crazy. Damn Mob Psycho. Like, and oh my god. Now I have to do a thumbnail listen to spoiling for people. Oh my god. Episode 5. Yeah, the battle is great there, but yeah, it's oh, it was an anime to remember though. I don't know. I think Mob Psycho is easily gonna be the after this episode. I mean, last episode I felt like Mob might be the best anime this season, and I was like, yeah, it might be the best anime this season. But after this episode, I think Mob easily is the best anime this season, right? I think it's that's for sure, right? I don't think any other anime will even be close to this anime, it's so many reasons, like how it's presenting this other kind of storyline, how it's like a red herring with that cult people and so on, right? And so on. One Punch Man is ruined. I need One Punch Man to change the studio, right? But I won't say ruined, or is that what you're referring to? But yeah, no other anime is even coming close to. No other anime is coming close to Mob Psycho this season, not for a second. I would say, I was arguing for this, but I would say that Kaguya-sama, I love Kaguya-sama. I mean, it's a ridiculously funny, extremely well written anime. Like Kaguya-sama, I feel it's like equally good in a weird, because it's like, if Mob Psycho is the best like drama character development anime with like really good characters in that sense, like a very dramatic storyline, then Kaguya-sama is like the greatest comedy, right? So they're very, very different. They're very like extremely different genre. Like they're not even close to her in the dimensions. But I feel that no other anime is even close to this anime. It's easily. I mean, this is one of those episodes where it's like, well, how would you rate this episode? It's clearly better than 10 out of 10. It's like 15 out of 10, right? It's like okay, bad fight animes. Yeah, I don't know. I hope One Punch Man is gonna be good, of course. I haven't read the manga for One Punch Man. I've been waiting for the anime. Usually, for many animes, after they finish, I read the manga. But One Punch Man actually waited for season 2 there. So, but yeah, it's like this is just breathtakingly good. It's hard to even explain it, right? I am still in shock, of course. And I'm still hoping that his parents are alive, right? Don't ruin my headcanon. I'm still hoping that his parents are alive. I'm still hoping that his parents are... There is some kind of fake to see his power level. And I don't think it's gonna be like that, because one is kind of brutal, so he doesn't... I don't think it's gonna be like a fake out and it's from someone else. But one, as I mentioned earlier, I still think, why would he kill his brother when his brother has power and he collected with powers? If we go completely against what he did in season 1, though. That's the only reason why I think he could be alive. Or at least his brother could be alive. That could also be what could happen. It could also be like his brother is alive, but his parents, or their parents, are dead. That can also be. That feels to me like the most likely scenario. That his brother is captured by them, but their parents are burned. That feels like that's probably what happened, right? Still shocked here. Yeah, still shocked. Losing, out of words. I would say one thing though. Yeah. I don't know, I'm thinking of how it should be otherwise. You would imagine that his brother could be able to save them, but I think the older kid he's way stronger, right? He was pretending to be pretty weak last season, but he actually is way more powerful, right? So he's like the son of the leader, right? So he's probably really powerful. Yeah, the opening kind of showcases like a battle in the city. Like Mob is gonna kick their ass in the middle of town, pretty much. After this thing, definitely, it's probably gonna go completely berserk, and yeah, that also might be their plan, though. So I am in that, the depression state. Right? I'm like, I will not accept this. I still think his parents can be alive. Like they could do this thing because they want to see Mob's full potential, and whatever, right? They could beat it. I don't know. I hope that's it. Because I don't want Mob to have dead parents. I don't want that for him. Of course not. So it's like, that's my hope for it. Definitely. Definitely. Very weird. Very weird. Oof. Yeah, and of course after they... Yeah, and of course he had to be extra sad, right? The extra sparkle of sadness there, because they were like proud of Mob fighting so hard, and Mom was like, oh, I'm gonna make his favorite food pretty much, so on. Yeah, they were all like that. That being said, though, it's very, very... I posted it earlier too, but yeah, it's a long video now, but it's very classic literature, though. Like, you can find so many games and so many other storylines, right, where the hero leaves his village or his home, right, and then he returns later on after some kind of his first adventure, and then his parents or family and so on are burned alive, and they're burning down his village. Like, that is like one of the most classic things ever. So it really is like the classic cultural norm which you can recognize. So it's they're probably gonna be dead then, because that's usually how it is, right, to motivate the hero to get revenge and so on, right? So for example, I think the most obvious example today is like Star Wars. Spoilers, that's how Star Wars 4 starts, right? With Luke Skywalker. That's how it starts, right? You can find it in many or stuff, right? It's very, very common, right? So it's like in, I don't know, Xona Gears, same thing. Go up to the mountain to meet Heimdall, and you go down from the mountain, and then your home village is burning, and then you take a mech and you kill the people with your mech. But whatever, yeah, it's like it's the classic thing with the home burning there. That's why I felt like, oh shit. As soon as you saw that, oh, there's a fire over there, I was like, oh yeah, his parents are pretty dead now. yeah, I was like, oh, I see they're going with the classic burning his family. Okay, I see, yeah. So I read it there, you're like, oh no, I have read too many books in my life, I played too many games, so on, and watched too many animes. I know that when you see a burning, when the hero is coming back after an adventure, and it's like, oh, I see a fire over there, it's like, oh yeah, people are burning people. Yeah, it always happens. Oh my god. Maybe he can heal them. Maybe he can do some mumbo jumbo magic telekinetics to heal them. Maybe he's like getting that messiah power and he's like, I can heal them, I can like reconfigure the molecules. I don't know. I actually would be fine with that if Mob was like, I am ascending now to you know, I'm ascending to like a next level of power up, right? He's like 200% power, and he's like, oh, I can just remove the fire and like reshape your molecules to like back to your former, you know, like I could see it happening, and I would be fine if Mob was doing it. I'll be like, screw you, bad guys, and he just like, you know, oh, this is your former shape, like plastic memory. I just return you to your like, you know, 1 hour earlier shape of form. But then it's like, you're fine again, Mom. I could see it happening. I don't know. I think I would love that. Because the thing is that, okay, let me explain. I think some people are probably gonna be like, that would be lame, that would be fake tears, so on. I don't fake about, you know, fake out or whatever. But I think why I would like that is because I think that, well, I meant plastic memory as I meant plastic memory though, not the anime. I meant plastic memory as how if you take certain plastic shapes or polypropyl or whatever it's called in Latin, if you take them and you mold them and then you burn them again and you actually shape, they actually return to the former shape. There are material that they can like memorize how they used to look, right? And that puts the molecules of the body is like reshaping it back to the previous form of it, and that's like a real thing, right? And for example, like in a military sense, you have like they're working on like the extra armor, right, on tanks and so on, to like reshape itself. That's how they're working on and so on. I do a lot of engineering, so I do a lot of military engineering in my yeah, but that's what's it called, polypranol. Polymerized and polypranol or whatever. It's I could see that happening, like in for example, like Torgal to do that. A Belgian comic. His son can like reshape molecules with his like power. He can like heal people by like, you know, reshaping their body shape. Or like, oh, I can like heal your arm because like this is how you should look like, yeah, and so on. It's almost kind of like your time reverse, but not really. It's more like I can see your, you know, actual shape and like reshape you back to that shape, yeah, and so on. And anyway, I want to mention this before I turn this off because it's a really long video and I haven't eaten yet, and I've been working overtime for like I don't know, 20 days now, so so I'm not tired. But why I actually wouldn't mind if they get healed and so on is because for me, like last week, Mob Psycho is like it's like a feel-good anime. In the end, right? It's a feel-good anime. That's what I feel. I know people will say, oh, there's like fake it if he heals them, or whatever, if he's faking it. But I think that would be the best part, in my opinion, if he reshaped them back to life again. Because Mob Psycho in the end for me is like seeing this like kid, it's like a loner, he has no friends, he's like different, right? Then he meets this like weirdo Master Reagan, and he teaches him some stuff, and he can accidentally helps him kind of, right, and they become like best friends, and you know, and so on, right? You know, like that, right? And I hope that's why I hope that, well, whatever, yeah, they could be whatever, right? They could be fake, or it could be live and so on. But I mean that whatever how it's done, I would hope if it's like he reshapes them. But no matter how it's done, I would love that because I feel it's a happy, good anime. In deep down and like last week, it's about feeling good, right? So I think that, or like, you know, seeing this main character, there's an outsider, learning humanity, a lot of character development, right? Learning self-control, you know, getting people in there and so on, right? And that whole thing. And then in the end, this feels like too brutal for Mob Psycho, which like, it has a lot of brutal moments, but Mob kind of overcomes it, right? So I feel like I wouldn't mind if he heals them or if it's fake or whatever, right? Because it feels like Mob Psycho is about, it's not about being like Berserk, where the world is just bad, right? Berserk, people die everywhere and shit happens, right? But where it's more like this character, it's like poor kid here that, you know, is finding love and so on. This episode is about like, you know, trying to get a girlfriend and fighting and Gamba Red, like I call the title. I was like, I have to rechange, I guess, the title again. Mob Psycho. I just, you know, I don't watch episode 4. I used to live with the preview, and I was like, okay, it's kind of a sport event. Okay, let's call it like, you know, let's go Mob. Yeah, it's like, oh no, we have to rechange the title of this thing. But like, yeah, but I mean, I would love that. With you know, if it's like, because it's about that, his journey, but the journey usually ends well, right? Like the whole in the school bully thing, he kind of became friends with the bully, the girl that bullied, right? And when they left that thing, she was like, that kid was pretty cool. Dad, do you get his number? So on. It's kind of like that feel good ending, right? Last week, feel good ending. Episode 1 and 2, where that girl was dating him and it was like fake, but then it ends with him helping her rebuilding her novel, right? It's like, you shouldn't bully people, and like helps her, you know, puzzle the novel. Win comes, you see his powers to like, you know, fix her book, right, or novel, whatever. Like that's feel good vibe, right? That I feel is the essential Mob Psycho. How it's like the journey of the hero or the outsider that struggles to be in the society, was right. Like the whole running to get the girlfriend, right, to get the girl he loves, right, and she probably likes him, and yeah, that whole thing. So this is extremely shocking, but I do feel that it would be perfectly fitting if he would heal them or if it's fake or so on. Because in the end, Mob Psycho feels like it should end on a happy note. I'm saying that I am in denial. I refuse to accept they're dead. I refuse to accept it. I refuse to accept it. And my leg hurts. That's been for 40 minutes now. God, my leg hurts. I'm like, oh. I'm sitting still for the same position now for too long. Okay. It's hard ending it with so many great people here, but yeah, and how much to say now? I feel I am exhausted. All my Mob Psycho, all my Mob Psycho ideas. It's what? I slapped my desk. Huh? Really? Well, I'm angry. Is the volume the same now? Because it's the same thing for me, it shouldn't be higher now. But maybe when I slapped it, the microphone picked it up. Oh God. Don't make me say it. Okay, I'm sorry. But it's the same loud. It sounds really weird. Because my volume... Whatever. I'm sorry for that. God. I'm still in shock. But let's see what happens. But I do want to believe that they're gonna be alive. Okay? I'm still believing they're gonna be alive. And I will refuse to believe that they are dead until next episode. And then we see their burning stuff. And I'm like, damn it, they're dead. I will refuse to believe they're dead. Until we see something else. I will refuse to believe something else. And I think his brother's alive regardless, because it doesn't make sense killing his brother, because they want his brother. So I think the brother is gonna be like, we saw like maybe 2 bodies to like his parents. I think his brother should at least be alive. That makes sense to me. Anyway, sorry about that. Press the like button, guys. See you guys tomorrow with Black Clover. Run with the Wind. Not a running anime, but Run with the Wind, they just kind of run and people don't get burned alive in the end of the running. So it's pretty good. And Kaguri, of course, maybe tomorrow because that was delayed last week. It's kind of random when that goes out. And then I'll do my my slime review after this too. I was gonna do the slime review like 20-30 minutes ago, but Mob Psycho is crazy. Anyways, see you guys. Have a great day. And now I need to eat something good or cry or I don't know. It's